is your name? Can you introduce yourself?
I am Dr. Narine. I am the Vice Dean of Foreign Studies Department of Yerevan HAYBUSAK University.
What is your qualification, madam?
I am a neurologist.
And what is the name of the university you are situated right now?
Our university name is Yerevan HAYBUSAK University.
Is it recognized by your government?
Yes, our university is recognized by our Minister of Education.
Where is this university, HAYBUSAK, situated?
Yerevan HAYBUSAK University is situated in the capital city of Armenia in Yerevan, and it is 6 kilometers far away from the center city.
Can you explain to me about the rector of this university?
HAYBUSAK University rector is Mr. Suren Harutyunyan, academician.
Can you please explain me about the departments of your university?
There are different departments at our university. There are medical departments, and also we have departments of international relations and economics and languages. I would like to tell about medical departments. There are 3 departments in medical faculty. Here we have general medicine, we have dentistry, and we have pharmacy. For general medicine, the course duration is 6 full years, and the graduates are awarded with MD medical doctor degree. For dentistry, it is full 5 years, and the graduates are awarded with DMD dentistry medical doctor. And for a pharmacy, it is 4 years. The graduates are awarded with bachelors of pharmacy.
Can you please explain to me about the teaching staffs of the university?
At our university work about 250 teachers, doctors, 60%, about 180, they have PhD degrees.
How many students are studying in your university?
At our university study 2,000 students, and foreigners, it's about 600 students. We have foreign students from different countries. About 30 countries. Yes, we have students from India. The quantity is about 130.
Do you have girls students from India?
We have girls, both, and boys.
How do the students study, ma'am, Indian students?
Indian students are studying well. Actually, they are favorite students. They are attending classes, they are serious, and but students are students.
Apart from the Armenian government, does your degree recognized elsewhere?
Our university is recognized all over the world globally, and also we're recognized by MCI, Medical Council of India.
You mean to say that your medical college is in the list of the medical colleges recognized by the Medical Council of India?
In Medical Council of India, starting from last year.
How long is this HAYBUSAK Erivan Medical University?
So our university is 27 years old. It is the biggest private university in Armenia.
When was this HAYBUSAK Erivan Medical University started?
Yerevan HAYBUSAK University was founded in 1991 by the founder of this university, Mr. Levon Harutyunyan.
Why do you think that Indians, especially from South India, why should they choose HAYBUSAK Erivan Medical University?
Our university is known for providing the students with in-depth knowledge and high-quality competencies in different fields. Our university is best known of its medical faculty. It performs a clinical activity in more than 13 hospitals, polyclinic sites. As we have students from different countries, also I would mention here that we have transfer students from different European countries. They are coming with a different grading system just to meet their educational needs. The university had to invent new techniques in teaching process and grading system, as well as we are using ECTS, European Credit Transfer System.
Is it safe for Indian students to come to Armenia?
Yes, our country is safe country. As I have told before, we have more than 100 students. I would like to tell the parents, especially mothers, your children, they will feel themselves safer here. Welcome to HAYBUSAK University and join us in these fields of education, medicine and science.
What is your advice or what is your words to the parents of the students who want to come here and study?
Welcome to HAYBUSAK University and join our university. I would like to tell that we have more than 100 students and quantity is increasing during the last 5-6 years. So don't worry about your children. So whenever I am saying these words, I can feel by myself which kind of feelings you have. I'm talking about the parents and especially about the mothers. Please don't worry about your children. We will take care by all means.
And we thank you once again for your valuable words. Thank you for interview.
Okay, warmly welcome. Thank you for your kind interest in our university. Good luck for everyone and God bless everyone.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Kokila.
So, where are you from, ma?
I'm from Pondicherry. I studied my 12th standard. I completed it in Acharya Balasiksha Mandir from Pondicherry.
Okay, good. So, which university are you studying now and in which year?
Right now I'm studying in HAYBUSAK University. I completed my first year and I came here for 2-month vacation.
Okay, you are studying in HAYBUSAK University. So, what is your ambition in your future?
My ambition is to become a great obstetrics in my future.
Why did you choose to study in Armenia? Since we have Russia and Philippines and all these countries, why did you really choose Armenia?
Even though we have all those countries, but the first and foremost thing in Armenia is the low cost budget. And for my situation, the low cost budget is very most important. So I chose Armenia. And the second most thing is the reviews which I got from my seniors and my Nishan education consultancies. So the reviews were good to select Armenia.
So, do you really regret choosing Armenia all these 1 year of study? What do you think? Are you really, do you think that you have really taken a good choice in your study?
I would never regret taking Armenia because it's a good choice for me to study in Armenia, and education is really very good in Armenia, so I'll never ever regret it.
What is the difference between Indian MBBS and Armenian MBBS?
There's not much difference between studying in India and in Armenia. The only difference is the years which we study. In India, we study for 5 years and 6 months, and here we study for 6 years. And in Armenia, they prefer the Indian books to be studied, and they do not force us to study the Armenian books and so on. So it is really easy to study the Indian books in Armenia because the questions asked from the exam will be from the Indian book. So there's no much difference between Armenia and India.
Okay, so what is the ratio of students in a classroom? In India, I think it starts with 150 students per class and it goes up to 200 students, I believe. So in Armenia, how many students are studying in classroom per classroom?
Actually, in India, you're right. In India, there will be 200 to 150 to 200 students per class, and in Armenia, it's really very, very less compared to India. It is only 20 students per class, and it is really very, very useful interacting to teachers. The education is really very efficient in Armenia because we can interact with teachers whenever we want. If we have any doubt, we can then and there ask questions to teachers, and they then and there explain it completely.
Yeah, so teachers are very friendly, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so they do not discriminate between Armenian students and Indians.
No, racism is never ever followed in Armenia, and no discrimination is also followed because teachers are really friendly with those who are coming from India, Europe, Egypt. They treat every student as one, so there is no discrimination in classrooms. Teachers may sometimes get angry on students because there are irregularity to the classrooms. Students should be on time to class. They should not miss, not even a single class should be missed because the teachers, they will not cover the portion again and again for a single student. so obviously the teacher will get angry. So students should never ever miss single class. They should go on perfectly to the class.
So if we have any medical situation, for example, if I'm having a fever, I can't go to classes for 1 week. So in that case, what do we do?
Actually, that is not much trouble because we can ask permission from the dean, and the dean is also very friendly. She allows us to, if we are feeling some illness, the dean allows us to rest in the home, and after we get cured, we can come to the college.
So what about the classes missed out?
Classes missed out, we can ask from our friends, or else the teacher also will take an extra class for the one who missed the class due to some illness. But that depends upon the situation. If the student particularly missed the class and went for something else, the teacher
If
will
it is not about illness, if they really miss the class for notable reasons, they will not give us repeat classes, is it? So only for illness we will have repeat classes. Okay. So did you find any difficulty in the climate? Because when you choose Europe, I think it is situated in Europe, Armenia. So what about the climate conditions over there, and what do you feel?
The climate is really very moderate in Armenia, not too winter, like the winter is not too extreme and the summer is also not too extreme. It has a moderate climate. Like in winter, we only go up to -5 degrees Celsius. That too, not very chillness. If we wear a jacket, that will not be notable. So the winter is the winter is not extreme. It is just moderate.
Okay. So how do you compare the climate conditions in India? Which city will you compare?
In India, we can compare it to Ooty, Kodaikanal, like that. Not more or less like Ooty. Will be in Ooty there are no snow. In Ooty, snow will not come, but in Armenia,
I think this year we had snow.
Yeah.
Yes, we luckily had snow. So I think it's very moderate like Ooty, is it? Okay, thank you. So do you suffer any allergy because of the cold climate?
No, allergy, we will not suffer from any allergy because the conditions are more or less near to India. I mean more or less near to Ooty or Kodaikanal, so we will not suffer any allergies or any illness.
Yeah, okay. So how many students have completed their doctorate from your university? Do you know any of them personally? Do you ever interacted with them?
From last batch, more than 50 students from our HAYBUSAK University got graduated. I've interacted with many seniors even this year and the previous year. They are doing good, and even they completed the MCI screening test and they are doing good.
Okay. So is your Yerevan HAYBUSAK Medical University recognized by our medical council in India?
Yeah, Yerevan HAYBUSAK University is recognized by MCI. I've seen it in the website.
What is your opinion about the screening test conducted in India? Because people are suffering a lot. I came to know. Some people are saying that it's very tough, and some people are saying it's 2 times the written they couldn't clear. So what's your opinion?
It depends upon the students actually. If the student is very clear about what she is doing, what he or she is doing from the first year, if she is studying all the materials from the first year thoroughly, she will not even face a single problem writing the screening test. And even from our college they help us, like from 4th year they give training for the MCI, and it is very useful for the students clearing the MCI because the 4th year training from the college is really very useful, and the students should prepare from the first year to the last year. She should be very thorough so she can easily pass the screening test.
Okay, and I heard that they are conducting the exam in multiple choice questions. So please explain us about the exam. Do you have any idea about it?
And about the exam, it is not subjective, it is objective. That is multiple choice question only is for exam. And as like in NEET, there is no negative mark in MCI, so the students can easily pass the MCI if the students prepare thoroughly from the first year. Only 10 subjects are like in MCI, not like in NEET. Like many subjects will be there in NEET, so it will be difficult for them to pass. But in MCI, there is no negative mark and only 10 subjects. That 10 subjects are given in the website, so we can go and check in the website. And really MCI is very easy to clear if the student is thoroughly studying all the materials from the first year, and if the student is attentive in class. And the third and foremost important thing is the student should practice each and every question from the first year, so it will be very important for them to clear the MCI.
Okay, so how Armenians behave with you? Do they show any racism?
Armenians, they are really very friendly with us. They do not show any racism with us. They care for us. If they have anything, fruits or some sweets to give us, they give us then and there when they have. So they are very friendly.
Okay, which medium are you studying? Is it completely English medium or you have to go through another language for studies?
No, I study completely in English medium.
Okay, all these 5 years and 8 months of
Yeah.
course. So I heard that you are studying Armenian language along with your curriculum in the first 3 years. And why do you really need to study Armenian language?
Armenian is important for us because the first 3 years is theory and the next 4 years is practicals. So we need to interact with the patients in Armenian language only. So we need to study Armenian language for interacting with the patients.
So only for communicating with the patients and the locals. You
Yeah.
don't for other than communicating. The exam, written exam, and other things. Will that be in English?
Fully, both the written exam and the oral exam, it is fully in English medium only. Only for patients communicating and for getting in markets and all, we need to communicate in Armenian language.
Okay. So how teachers behave with you? Do they discriminate you with other country people or their own country people?
Teachers do not discriminate any student because even the student may come from Egypt, from whatever country they may come from, but they treat each and every student as oneness, and there is no problem with the teacher communicating with the student. Every teacher knows English and they communicate easily with the student. They will be friendly with them.
Okay. So how is their English more? Because in the US and UK we cannot follow their English easily. It takes at least 1 hour, 1 year or 2 years to understand their style of talking. So how is their style of talking? Is it really understandable for you?
Actually, Armenian English is really very easy to understand. They talk slowly, not like US and UK. They really run like a horse. But it's not like in Armenian people. They talk slowly. We can understand whatever they talk in English.
Okay. So being a foreigner, being a female, do you have any ragging in your university? Ragging?
Actually, our university don't follow this ragging because all the seniors are really very friendly with us. They don't rag us. Ragging is strictly prohibited in our university.
Okay. Do you speak Armenian? Already you have done your 1 year. Do you speak Armenian?
Yeah, I speak a bit of Armenian. I can understand whatever they speak, but not fluently. Maybe in 2 years I can come through that.
Okay. How much is your monthly expenses, ma? Including your food and travel and other expenditures?
Monthly expenses will not be more than 7,000. It'll be 7,000 or less than 7,000 only. Even including food and the travel expenses, it'll be less than 7,000.
So how about your food? Do you cook or do you have any Indian foods facility available in your university?
We have Indian mess in our hostel. We have good cooks from many parts of India, and whatever style we need in food, they can cook us, and Nishan will see to that we get the food in time.
Okay. You are from Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu, yes? So do you prefer Tamil food? So are you getting your proper Tamil style food?
Yeah, of course, they cook really good, and I feel like eating in a hotel. So the food is really very good.
Okay. So you do not cook at all?
No, I actually don't know how to cook, and more also, the cooking time will not be efficient because we need to study more. So we need to save time. More than cooking, we can prefer Indian mess.
Okay. So how is your hostel facilities, ma? Do you have any rules and regulations?
Yeah, we have many rules and regulations, and each and every hostel has a warden, and we have in-time and out-time ledger. So the students should be in the hostel before 10 p.m. and the students should only go out of the hostel after 7 a.m. So the hostel warden is really very strict. If we misbehave something else, then and there the complaint goes to our parents. So we should not misbehave anything like going out and night staying in our friend's home or coming late after 10 p.m. So we need to follow the rules strictly.
Okay. How long is your hostel and university?
We actually go by the distance between our hostel and college is 2 to 3 kilometers, and we can prefer bus, tram or taxi.
Okay, so I think you are in private hostel. So do we need to really pay anything extra to secure a private hostel?
Yeah, actually I paid 50,000 rupees because and
50,000 rupees for?
for hostel, for private hostel.
For a year, is it?
For a year, yeah. And there are hostels available from the range 40,000 to 80,000. So we can prefer whatever range we want under our conditions.
Okay. So you have taken 50,000 facilitated. So in that 50,000 rupees, what are the facilities given for you?
In a room, 2 to 3 students can stay, and each room is attached with almirah and a single bed for each student, and attached bathroom in each room, and a common dining room.
Okay. So how is your travel expenses? How do you travel?
I especially travel in tramp, and the travel expenses will be less than 1,000 per month.
Per month. Okay. So in Indian rupee.
Yeah, in Indian rupee.
Okay. So how Nishan team helped you throughout the process, and who did the visa and admission process?
Nishan helped us throughout the process, and they actually through process they first asked my documents and all, and I gave my passport, and they did my visa processing and all. They came along with us from Chennai to Armenia, and they accommodated us in a hostel, and then they took us to the college and introduced to everyone, and they explained each and every places for us. This is there, that is there. So they helped us really very good.
Okay. What do you think? Self-cooking is best or Indian mess?
Indian mess is really good because self-cooking, we don't have time to cook because we need to study more, and there's no need for self-cooking because Tamil food is there given in our hands, so we no need to go for cooking.
Okay. How did you know about Armenia?
Armenia, Nishan told us about Armenia, and whenever I come here they explain more about Armenia, so I get really good idea about Armenia, and it was really helpful for me, and Armenia is really very good country to come and study here.
Okay. So how did you came here to your university?
I came, actually sir came with us from Chennai airport to Armenia, and he accommodated us in a hostel, and then he went and told us the places from Armenia, and also he went and he took us to college, and he introduced to everyone, and so we came to know about the places.
Who will take care of you all this 10 months of study in your college? Because sir, you said he will come back. So who will take care of the other processes, other queries of yours?
Actually, sir was staying there for 10 days, and after that he left. So the other representative from the Nishan, each hostel has a warden, a Nishan representative. So if we have any doubts, or if we have any problem anywhere, we can go and ask to the warden, or if they are not able to solve the problem, we can directly call the Nishan. Whenever we call, they pick the call because they are 24 hours in online. So whenever we say any problem, they clear it within 2 days or before that.
Okay. So what is your experience? All this complete 1 year. What is your experience, and how is your life in Armenia? Do you really like it?
Actually, Armenia is a cool country, like we can go and enjoy there thoroughly, and the first thing is winter that we saw for the first time, and winter was really very joyful, and we were playing we were playing like a little kid in the snow, and the summer was not that much harsh, and on the whole it was a cool country.
What is your advice for the upcoming students?
Actually, the first motive for us going to Armenia is for studying. So study well and don't get distracted on anything. Like, you can play simultaneously, you should study. Playing is not prohibited, but you should play but simultaneously study, focus on your studies. Don't get distracted on silly things. Like when we go to foreign countries, we may be distracted, like what places there, new places like that. But go and enjoy, but simultaneously study well.
Okay.
I assure you that you get good education in Armenia, and your career will be developed and your career will be good.
Thank you so much for coming, and your interview was lovely. God bless you, and we Nishan team will always be with you, help you out. Thank you for choosing Nishan.
Thank you.
Thank you.